Now we studied only the tools, right? Not not the proper way of building the mobile apps. Okay, that's why I ask you to come with an idea. Okay, so if you have an idea only, you can create like a neat design. Okay, so this is what I build. Okay, not a complete design, just five different artboards, and I wish to show you how this prototype is working. Okay, to show you how prototype is working. I'm not doing anything with the design. These boxes are like images or menus. You can put just a simple button and something navigation. Okay, so we'll take a look at the prototype. Okay, so here in the first screen, when I select this one, it's like, okay, I'll create something. Okay, so what I did is I create an artboard. Okay, create an artboard. So you can insert any image or something you can wish. Okay, and I fill this. Right? Okay, so think like you are in a like music player screen, and there is a list of songs here, and there is the main song is played. Okay, so you need to create a subscreen, right? So you want to create a subscreen. Subscreen means I'm telling you that you don't want to exit this screen, right? You don't want to exit this screen. You want to make something appear inside the same screen. Okay, just like uh, in Gmail, when you click on that top icon, the sliding menu comes up, right? That's the thing what we're going to do, right? To duplicate any artboard, just press on this name, hold the Alt button, and you can drag that. Okay, so if you drag that, you can completely duplicate the screen, the existing screen. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, okay, okay. So I just wanted when it's clicked, it should appear on over it. Okay, so this is someone asked this I think earlier. So how we can make this is you have to go to prototype. Okay, when you click this, and this screen should appear right as an overlay. Okay, as an overlay only that menu. Okay, so when you click on this, this should appear on an overlay. Okay, so we just make this home. Okay, so I just make this as a home. So you can see here when I press preview here. Okay, so I'll we can able to understand this clearly here like this. Okay, now you can understand. Okay, so when you click this here, it didn't exit that screen, but it comes and overlay, right? So this is like the menus in Gmail. Okay, so okay, now you can able to understand. Okay, so this is how it appears in regular screens. When you click something, it didn't exit that, it comes and overlay, right? Okay, okay. So you can create like that sidebar menus that we study today, right? So you can create a sidebar menu like this. Okay, you can create. Okay, so you can create like something sidebars like that. Okay, right. So here you can see how it's working. The other thing what I told you is here I created a button and put auto animate to this screen, right? Auto animate to this screen. At the same time, when I click this, I put okay, I put something different here, a transition. Okay, so here when I press this button, I create this one. Okay, so when you click this, I put a transition. When I click this, I'll put auto animate. Okay, and see how it's working. And let's see the difference between these two. Okay, so you can create so you can change the home screen by click on this artboard. When you click that one, you can see in a site it shows home. Okay, so when you press that one, that will appear when you press preview. Okay, so home. So when you want to display a specific screen at front, when you click this and when you press this prototype here, in each screen you can see at that side there is a home button, right? So when you press this one, that will appear uh, as a front screen. Okay, so I'll do this now. Here when I press this button, you can see, right? You can see this how that uh, work, that sliding. And here this is auto animate, right? Nothing much, nothing much difference, nothing much difference, but we can create uh, you can create like sliding menu and uh, sliding menu option like with auto animate. At the same time you can put transition effects. Okay, so the other thing is here I just keep this circle as a representation of back button. Okay, so I just keep this as a representation of back button, right? So wherever you goes, you have to come back to the home button. Okay, okay. So here, when you click on this here, these are continuous lines, which is to auto animate, right? So here, it's an overlay, right? It's an overlay. Okay. So here you can see, and also this thing is used to not to mix with this, right? So this is comes from here, right? When you click on this, it comes from here, right? So when you click on this, these two lines, okay, so these two interactions comes from this and that forth, right? So these are comes from this direction and this direction, like that the way they keep usually that lines, not with not to make conflicts, right, between these. Just a transition comes and goes back, right? And also it uh, depends on that drag tap triggers. Okay, where we stopped here. So here, mm, here we can use. this I just represent that back button with this dot, right? So wherever screen you navigate, okay, wherever screen you navigate, you will come back to the home screen again. Okay, so you have to come back to the home screen again. So that's why uh, they say there is an importance of keeping this back button. Okay, and also and also if you upload your project to your mobile phone, you can access these things like keys and gamepad and voice, right? So if you keep any line like user inputs, you can just draw a straight line, and you can enable this trigger, right? Keys and gamepad, keys and gamepad. Okay, and also this voice, these kind of things you can test if you upload your project to your mobile, right? These two. Other than that, you can use tap, track, and time. Okay. Okay, so we'll create something new. Okay, let's just create something new. Okay, close this. Okay, so up to now we study like the tools that we are using to create interfaces. Okay, like this we can create the interfaces. Okay, so now I'll tell you how to build uh, an application's prototype from scratch. Scratch means you can build each and every prototype first, then you can go for the complete design. Okay, so here I'm doing a skeleton like a blank wireframe, right? So that's the main thing you need to build before you build a complete application, right? Okay, so very first thing, everybody knows when you start any app, okay? So when you start any app, there is a loading screen or a screen that comes with a logo, which is called splash screen, right? So it consists the logo, okay? So it consists the logo and app title. Okay, like this, it comes. Okay, so there is an application title, okay, and your logo or something. Okay, so there is a logo and also and application type title appears first. Then okay, then it moves all the elements to the top. Okay, like this. Then it asks you to uh, sign in or any slogans here. Okay, so we can make any subtitle. Okay, so you can create a subtitle, which means here you can put logo name. Here you can put any subtitles. Then, then if he is a new user, there is a button to create new user. At the same time, there is one more button to log in. Okay, and also I just wanted to mention he can create his account with social buttons like uh, Facebook, Google, or something. He can create. Okay. So okay. Okay. So like this, I'm going to create some social logins there. At the same time, usually the people who create or make something. Okay. So nowadays the developers keep their name at the bottom, right? So made with someone who made with love from Sri Lanka, like that they keep bottom titles. Okay. So this will be the next screen you have to create. Okay. Okay. So again, okay. So I'm going to create when I press this login, same window. Okay. We should ask the user to enter the email or a username. Okay. So I type username. Okay. Then the password. Okay. Username and the password. Yeah. Forgot password option. You can mention. Okay. So yeah, I will it one by one and okay. So then usually they keep forgot password. Okay. So like this they keep usually as a text. Okay. At the same time, after they enter it, the person who should uh, log into the system. Okay. So this will comes after this if he wanted to sign in. Okay. So if he wanted to sign in this. So I'm going to this. If the user is going to create something new, okay, the user must enter the username. Okay. So you must enter the username, password. Okay. And one more thing, I'm going to ask the person to type his password again. That's enough. Okay. To enter this and that's enough. Okay. And he can create his account. Okay. So here we'll do simple traction to this. So this screen should automatically auto animate within 2 seconds. Okay. You see. So like that I create when it comes in automatically it animated to this screen. Okay. So when he taps taps it should automatically come to this. Okay. So then next thing when he press this screen should appear. So I just put tap and I put transition to slide side. Okay. So if you increase this time, you can able to see how it's looking. Okay. So when he press this, he should navigate to this. At the same time, when he press this, he should navigate to this. Okay. Then the transition slide like and go. So like this, setting this, and I just create. Like I said, you need to keep always the back button to go back. Okay. So just go to this design. Just represent this back button. This. This. Okay. So usually these two things ask you to fill this, right? So usually the screen doesn't contain back button, right? Usually mobile apps. Okay, I will just check that one and place this, right? Why I am put this here because to when I put preview, I couldn't able to come back to the screen that I want to go. Okay, that's why I just put this. Or else you can create like this. Okay, so when someone tap this, come back to this. Okay, also when tap something, we have to come back to this. Okay, so let's check this how it's working. So tap something. Okay, so it asks you to log in or something. So when you press login, it asks your username and password. Okay, so when you tap anywhere else, it goes back to the screen. When you try this, it asks you to submit your name, and when you press this, it goes back to login and so we mention that yes, and it's easy. So it's called login. Okay, it's called login. Then sign in. Okay, so when you add text inside any uh, rectangle, these kind of capsule shapes, just make that as a component, right? So if you select this and this, make it as a component, right? So if you make as a component, whenever he press this text or the outer side of it, it will work the complement a complete effect, right? Okay, so now we can see. Okay, now we can see this. So it's this. So when it comes, the login screen appear like this. Then when you press login, it asks to login this. And again, when you press sign up, it asks you to sign up this. Okay, so these are a kind of like basic screens. Okay, so these are like basic screens of an application. Okay, okay, so this is like common screen for all the application. Okay, so next thing I'm going to create like whenever you log into something, it keeps an profile, right? So it always keeps a profile. Okay, so I just made a copy of this. Okay, and I okay, so this will be the profile. So I just delete this and create. So always when you when you log into something, right? They keep a message, right? So just call welcome, welcome, Mr. ABC. Okay, this, okay. So this is the name he entered. So like this, it comes. Okay. At the same time, I am going to follow just how it is in Apple, right? So I just keep on bottom navigation bar. Okay. So how it's in Apple. So I just keep scale like this. Okay. So here I mentioned different navigations. Okay. So I just so two different navigations and one primary navigation just to create or add something. Okay. So just concern this. Okay. Just concern this. When you create prototype, just concern with this height, width, and length. Okay. Yes. So I just wanted to create something like this. Okay. There is a bottom navigation bar and there is something. Okay. So usually when something comes up, they keep like big image. Okay. Okay. Usually this thing represent there will be an image comes. Okay. So just select all this and make a save component. Okay. So this will represent an image or something comes up. Okay. And also usually I just use a random applications prototypes. Okay. I think just existing applications prototype I'm using. Okay. This will common for on the applications. Okay. So usually okay. So usually it's slides. Okay. So when you slide this, it will move. Okay. And also there are some other elements. So I just mentioned heading, some heading or text will comes. Okay. Some kind of text will come here. There are some images going to load at the bottom. So, okay. It is mentioned like this because it will slide. Okay. So I just wanted to create just like a slide. Okay. So this will be the main screen when someone log into it and show like this. Okay. Okay. So I'll create a similar dashboard. Okay. So here we'll set prototype. So this is the button when he press uh, when he logins. Okay. So when he logins, it comes to this screen. Okay. A single tap and transition slide left. I just keep slide left as my default transition. Okay, so when he press submit, it comes here. At the same time, here When he press create confirm account, usually it asks the user to enter the username and password again. So when he press create an account, it should comes here. Then he needs to enter his username and password. Then he press submit to redirect this one. Okay, so this will be the primary screen. Okay, so the next screen, just create something called dashboard. So this is also common common in most of the applications. Okay, okay. We go to design part again. Okay, so I just keep upper. Okay, then here dashboard have, may have different components. So I just create type one, type two. Okay, just create this text in different layers. Okay, type one, type two, type three. So you can create different categories. So if you think like any food or restaurant thing or shopping, they keep categories like if it is shopping, household thing, electronics, food and beverages, like, and they keep categories. Okay, so like that, create different types. Okay, so usually these dashboards and this type of panels. Okay, so this will be my dashboard. Okay, so the dashboard navigates from here. Okay, so this dashboard navigates here. At the same time, this will be my home button that always comes back. Here. Okay, so let's check this. It's working. So this is my application. So when I click this, it asks you to log in and sign up. When I don't have an account, I just create sign up. So it asks the user to enter username, password, and confirm password, and I press create account. So when I created an account, it asks to enter the username and password again, and I press confirm. So when I confirm this, okay. So when I confirm this, it leads to this profile. Okay, it leads to this my profile. Okay, so when I click this dashboard, the dashboard appears, and when I click back, it leads to the home. Okay, so this just uh, just a primary screen. Okay, so just a primary screens that I created. Okay,